Okay, so moving on to the last e-invoice, which is self-bill e-invoice. So I would like to show how you can do a self-bill e-invoice in AutoCount. So to find this function in AutoCount, you go to e-invoice menu. There is a self-bill function over here. And it is almost the same as how you issue a normal invoice. It has all the new button, edit, view, preview, print, and so on. Click on new and you can see this is a self-bill entry. So you can choose your supplier, you can add your details and so on, exactly the same. So it also supports the approval flow. As you can see, there's a save as draft, approve, and so on, right? And okay, so for this video, I will use an example to show how can you perform the self-bill. So a very common self-bill scenario is we pay commission to agent. So usually we will create a payment voucher to pay the sales agent. And to make things easy, we have made some changes in our payment voucher where the pay to, you see, as usually you type in the name, right? But now, because of e-invoice, we have enhanced this section to allow you to choose the tax entity. So you can choose the tax entity, and this is the pay commission for, let's say, October, and I choose my commission account. And imagine that this Ong Jason had already earned a 1K commission paid in November, okay, and through bank, and we save this PV, right? Payment need check number. Do you want to check? No. Okay. So move on to the self bill section. So we can click on the new button and we can choose to copy from cash book. As you can see on top, we can copy from several documents over here. We can choose copy from cash book in this case. So we search for our PV. So in this case, there's only one. We can just click this PV and click OK. So all the details will be copied over. As you can see, the name, the tax entity that you have chosen just now, and you can actually see the info, tax entity info over here. And of course, because the TIN number is not provided, the general TIN will be used. And you can also see the frequency of billing if you want to fill it in. This is not a compulsory field, but you can choose to fill in as well. And of course, the date, the document number, and the type. Is this a self-bill invoice, credit note, debit note, or refund note? So you can choose the type over here. And supply invoice number, since this is a PV, sorry, this is a self-bill for commission. There is no purchase invoice involved. This one you may leave it blank, and you can even look at the source document over here. So you can even click on it and see this is from which document. And the details will also be copied over. The only thing that you need to do is to correct the classification code because we will not know what are you self-billing. So you will need to always make sure you self-bill the correct classification code. In this case, it's a payment commission. So we will choose 037 monetary payments to agent. And other than that, you can click approve to save this self-bill. So once you approve, the e-invoice status will be reflected and we can wait for a few seconds for it to get validated. All right. So once it is validated, you can also find it in your My Invoice portal. So you can see the SB0002. This is this is the second self bill. The first self bill is not shown. All right. So I'm actually this video I show you the self bill 002. So you can see it over here as well. So the supply is from Ong Jason and the buyer is PM Century Solutions. This is a self bill. Okay. So you can also preview the self bill. Okay, so you can preview the self bill. So a digital version can be generated. You can export or you can send export to PDF or you can send by email to the person that you wish to, which is the Ong Jason. And a QR code will also be included at the bottom section of this self bill printout. So this is overall, how can you perform a self-bill in AutoCount? It's pretty much very straightforward and easy. So that is all for this video.